Now again see the very important chemical reaction of alkenes, and the name of this chemical reaction is the ozonolysis. Now see here, there is very important short note may be asked to the examination on this ozonolysis. Now what actually happened into ozonolysis? You know the molecular formula of the ozone gas. What is that? O3. O3 is the ozone gas. It have the molecular formula O3. Now this ozone in the presence of carbon tetrachloride as a solvent give first a ozonoid, that is ethene ozonoid ring. 5-membered ring is obtained. Now this is the ozone gas. Now this O3, how this ozone molecule add into the ring? See first here. We know that there is the double bond between these two carbon atom in the ethene. Now I show that these two double bond adds ozone in this way. In the first double bond, one atom of oxygen is added. Now in the first double bond between the two carbon atoms. And into the second double bond, two oxygen atoms are added. And these hydrogens remains as it is on the carbon atoms. This hydrogen remains as it is on the carbon atom. Now this is happen in the first step. Remember that how 5-membered ring. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-membered pentagonal ring is formed, and on both carbon atoms their hydrogen atoms are there when ozone reacts with the ethene. And there is in the carbon tetrachloride as a solvent. This is a solvent. And in the presence of this solvent, carbon tetrachloride, this ethene ozonoid ring is formed. This is the first step. Now in the second step, there is the decomposition of this ring, that is breaking, cleavage of this ring. In the presence of zinc dust, powder of zinc metal, and in the presence of water, how the cleavage is occur? I show here the cleavage in this way. But actually what happens? See, I draw this ethene ozonoid ring here also in the second step. This is also the ethene ozonoid ring. Now how the cleavage is here? See how the mechanism is here. First, this see all students pay attention here. Mechanism. This bond break or shift here, and here is the double bond now in carbon and oxygen, and these two hydrogens are there. See here in the product, two hydrogens, and this carbon have double bond here, oxygen. At the same time oxygen have the 3 bonds, so this bond again breaks and shift here. Now see how is here formation of second molecule of aldehyde. See here HHC double bond O. And at the same time carbon have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 valency, but that is not correct. So this bond breaks up. That means this oxygen separates. And this oxygen and this zinc dust form the byproduct zinc oxide. How the zinc oxide is formed? One of the oxygen atom and this zinc form the zinc oxide. And how the two molecules of formaldehyde? Now this is aldehyde, because here is the grouping C double bond OH. Such grouping is present, that carbonyl compound is called as the aldehydes. Now this is the first one aldehyde, because here hydrogen atom in place of R group, and the name of this aldehyde is the formaldehyde. But there are two molecules are formed. How the two molecules are formed? If you remember in this way, that this oxygen and this zinc form the zinc dust, and there is formation of this that is the two molecules of formaldehyde. You may remember in this way breakage, or you may remember bond goes to where, and how there is the formation of two molecules of formaldehyde. So when ethene reacts with the ozone gas in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, in the first step it gives the ethene ozonide ring, which on cleavage or breaking this 5-membered ring into the second step in the presence of zinc dust and water gives the two molecules of formaldehyde and zinc oxide as the byproduct. Similarly, the next alkene, that is propene, also give a propene ozonide ring in the presence of solvent carbon tetrachloride. Now this propene ozonide ring, how it is formed? It is also 5-membered ring. Now see, these are the two carbons having the double bond. Now this is of no matter because addition of ozone is only between the double bond. Now how the ozone molecule gets added? In the first bond of this O3, that is the ozone, one oxygen is added, and then in the second bond two oxygen atoms are added, and this CH3 as it is, and this hydrogen on this carbon is as it is. Again the two hydrogen atoms on the carbon remains there. Now this is called as the propene ozonide ring, because we react the ozone gas with the propene in the first step. Again in the second step, that same propane ozonide ring breaks in this way. This bond shift here, at the same time this bond shift here, at the same time this bond breaks, and this oxygen and this zinc from the zinc oxide. And now see here, now here is the CH3CH double bond O. The first aldehyde, that is the acetaldehyde is formed. This is the acetaldehyde, name of that compound, or it is also called as the ethanol in IUPAC name. And second is the formaldehyde molecule is formed. We can prepare ketones also by this reaction. For ketone, we have to use the substituted alkenes. If we use the more substituted alkenes, we obtain the ketone also. So when ethene reacts with that of the ozone in the first step, in the presence of carbon tetrachloride, ethene ozonide ring is formed, which can be decomposed by using the zinc dust or zinc powder and water, which acts as the reducing agent into the carbonyl compounds, and in this case the carbonyl compound in case of ethene is both of the formaldehyde molecule. If we use the propene, then first we obtain the propene ozonide ring, which on decomposition on reducing agents such as zinc powder or zinc dust and water gives the two different aldehyde molecule. One is acetaldehyde, another is the formaldehyde. If we want, see here, if we want to prepare ketone, then how the reaction will be there. Suppose here this hydrogen is again replaced, and there suppose there is again the CH3 group in place of this hydrogen. Suppose there is the CH3 group again. Then what is formed here is again this CH3 is there. What is the name of this alkene? Now here 1 and 2, because why I give the number 1 here and here 2 and here is the 3, because double bond is there closer, and the name of this alkene is 2-methyl prop 1-ene. So the methyl propene ozonide ring is formed. Suppose this is the methyl propyl ozonide ring is formed here. Again here is the CH3 group in place of that hydrogen. So here is also the CH3 group. Then what is this compound? As both R groups are there, this is acetone, ketone. So in place of acetaldehyde, we can obtain the acetone. In this way, if they ask you the question in examination, when 2-methyl prop 1-ene reacts with ozone, what are the products? Then you must write such reaction. Though that is not given in our textbook, but you can prepare any carbonyl compound by using this ozonolysis reaction. So this is very important reaction. Now see again, The second very important reaction of the alkene with the diborane. Now what is the molecular formula of diborane? As the name is diborane, there are two boron atoms. Now the actual formula, molecular formula of diborane is B2H6. But I write here the diborane in this way, BH3 twice. This is nothing but B2H6. B2H6. Now this is the molecular formula of the diborane. But for convenience, I write as BH3 bracket twice. Now this is B2H6. Multiplication is there. Okay. Now this is the diborane and this is our ethene molecule, because we are seeing the chemical reactions of alkene, and the first alkene is the ethene. Now this I take the 6 molecules. See here. How many molecules of ethene I take here? 6 molecules of ethene and 1 molecule of this diborane. Now this diborane B2H6, how it reacts with this ethene? In the presence of tetrahydrofuran. Tetrahydrofuran means, you know the furan. In the 14th chapter, this is the furan. That is, we call that the heterocyclic compound furan. I give the name for this furan. But the solvent used is the tetrahydrofuran, means these double bonds are not there and hydrogen atoms are there added due to the double bond is not there because hydrogen. Now this is the tetrahydrofuran. This is the structure of tetrahydrofuran, but it used only as a solvent. So remember that during hydroboration only the important solvent is the tetrahydrofuran. Now this tetrahydrofuran in the presence of this diborane gives the trialkyl boron. Now that is the ethene. This is triethyl boron. How that is the balance of this reaction? See here. Now there are 6 hydrogen atoms. Okay, 6 hydrogen atoms are given. 1 ethene molecule obtain 1 hydrogen. Now there are the 6 ethene molecules. So every ethene molecule obtain 1 hydrogen out of this 6 hydrogen of the boron, and that hydrogen are added into this or this any carbon. Suppose that added into this, so it becomes CH3. See here, and it remains as CH2 because this boron add to the second, that is the carbon, links to the second carbon. Now how do we balance? Now see. There are the 6 hydrogen, they are attached to the 6 molecules of every molecule here. So 6 hydrogens are balanced. And boron here, see here boron are the 2, B2. So here is the twice, that means borons are 2. And these are 6. So 2 multiplied by 3. Is that balance? 1 hydrogen is given to first carbon atom. Okay. Now second only 2 hydrogen, boron is there because attached to the second carbon, but there are 2 atoms of boron. Now see here 2 atoms of boron and 6 of the ethene are there, so that convert into the ethyl group, 6 ethyl group. Now this triethyl boron again in the second step. This triethyl boron I take in the second step, it reacts with the hydrogen peroxide H2O2 in the presence of alkali MaOH, that is alkaline hydrogen peroxide is there, and there is this 3 OH group. That means there are totally 6 OH group. See here, 3 HOOH, that means 6 OH group. All the 6 OH group are due to this. Now see, there are the 6 CH3 CH2 group, 3 into 2 6. So every CH3 CH2 obtain 1 OH group. So there are the 6 molecules of ethyl alcohol are formed. See there, ethyl alcohol. All the 6 OH molecule and all the 6 CH3 CH2 are balanced here. Now what is remaining? Only this twice B and the there are again. Now see, I take here only these 3, but take here 6 HOH. So there are totally that is the 12. Out of that 6 are here here this. Now see this 3 into 2 6 OH. So take here 6 molecules of hydrogen peroxides also. 12 OH are there. Now see 6 HOOH means totally OH are 12. So 6 are given to this 6 alkyl group, ethyl group, and 6 are given to one boron carries 3 OH and another boron carries 3 OH. So there are 2 molecules. So I write in this way 3 into 2 6 OH are again balance here, balance the reaction. Now similarly the second propene also give with diboron called tri and propyl borane. Now here the addition is anti-Marconic of group because hydrogen peroxide is used here. So we obtain the N-propyl tri-N-propyl borane because that is the borane goes to the carbon containing more number of hydrogen as in the anti-Marconic of rule we will see that. So here CH3, CH2 and hydrogen goes to this carbon. Now there are the 6 hydrogen. Now take here again the 6 molecules of the propene and every hydrogen adds into the one molecule. So here is the CH2 and boron attached to this. See there, boron attached to the carbon containing more number of hydrogen, that is anti-Marconic of rule addition because negative part goes to the carbon containing more hydrogen atom. So tri and propyl borane is obtained, which tri and propyl borane again with the hydrogen peroxide 6 molecules they form the N-propyl alcohol. Now see here 6 OH group attached to 6 N-propyl group and remaining 6 OH group reacts with the boron, and in this way the alkene with diboron in tetrahydrochloride as a solvent undergo hydroboration. In the first step they give the trialkyl derivative of boron, and in the second step in alkaline hydrogen peroxide, that is in NaOH H2O2, use the primary alcohol, and the reaction follows the anti-Marconic rule because we use the hydrogen peroxide. So this is also very important short note for the examination point of view.